RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this afternoon, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what they do, man? It's LB, Lauderdale Boss, aka Jesus Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Hey, but you forgot to add one thing, yo. But y'all downplayed Triple G Jab. You didn't add that into your intro.
But y'all downplayed Triple G Jab. Like, oh my God, you motherfuckers out there, like, you guys land 3 fucking 4 jabs in 1 round, and y'all niggas is like, oh my God, this is the boxing performance of the year. Triple G was fucking jabbing Canelo head off for 24 rounds, snapping this motherfucker head back, and niggas is like, well, you know, that's all he could do. Yeah, so fuck y'all niggas. Y'all downplay the Triple G jab, but anybody else jab, motherfuckers is like, oh my God, this is breathtaking. You non-boxing motherfuckers don't know shit, hating ass niggas.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get more into that later, later in the cast though. But I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's good, y'all? You know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. And the Cuban School of Boxing finally got a W.
Hey.
Finally,
yo, this nigga actually had to say that shit. Hey, yo, P, so obviously, you above ground, you're not in the sewers no more. So tell me, bro, like, I mean, has the crime been ebbing lately, or are we still, or is it increasing as the COVID cases?
It's still same old. I mean, there's no crime today. It's a hurricane today, so crime is suspended for the day.
That's what it is, Keep your ass at home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Damn, hold on, y'all was really due for a hurricane like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like right
now. This ain't Florida? Oh, I was just checking.
Nigga, he's so stupid. Yeah, like,
okay.
Me and P, like, we been getting the warnings all day. Like, we're just like, I've been doing shit all morning just to make sure that my power.
I've been getting warnings since Thursday.
Sandy got y'all niggas shook.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, y'all niggas in Florida are used to this shit. We get hurricanes like every 7 years or some shit, nigga. So it's like, it happens.
Now we're used to the hype that comes around hurricanes, but no one likes them. Niggas act like a hurricane is like a bad dog that we take out on occasion to walk around the park or some shit.
I mean, I live around trees, bro. Like, so if these trees start coming down and shit, bro, it's a problem. I live in the boonies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my only fear with hurricanes, man. Because when these trees start coming down, like they better not hit my car or my condo and shit. I can't have that. Oh man, no. But as always though, P, we salute you for your service, keeping our city and our streets safe from all types of miscreants and reprobates that are out there, man. Straight up. But I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger and #1 contender. Preparing for liftoff, destination Ring Gang Radio, and I guess biceps are doing just fine. No boys to men, but biceps are good.
Hey,
that shit was that nigga said what's fly.
Twitter doctors all took an L last night. Twitter doctors have been taking an L this past couple weeks.
Oh, I didn't take an L on this one. I was just like, whatever. I was like, yo, his bicep didn't look. It looked by me when he was flexing, because I was like, yo, you can't flex a torn bicep, because that shit not only will hurt, it will actually look really funny, and it didn't look funny. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably fine or whatever. If that's the case. But yeah, the Conscious Pilot, he stays elevated above the clouds and shit. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
You already know who it is. Wrong top 5 in this bitch. A survivor. Strong survivor. I'm out here, nigga. Pod and 2. We out here. What's good?
Yes, sir. Rome, man, aka Chicago win, because he still leaves these niggas in the breeze, man. Even as a survivor, he still leaves niggas in the breeze, man. Straight up and down, man. And of course, it's always good to have him on here. He probably blessing us with the cast, with his, with his off-brand but true to life comments and shit. You dig? But yeah, man, we got some stuff to talk about today, man. We'll definitely hit you about that Sha'Carri Richardson deal. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the video and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that, and then also we'll definitely preview the Jake Paul card that's coming on next weekend, which now by default is probably the most anticipated boxing pay-per-view of the year, which we will also get into that as well. But we're gonna start off by talking about the pay-per-view last night. Of course, main evented by Manny Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas. And I know people got some stuff they want to talk about. Before we get into the main event, though, the undercard for it was actually pretty damn good until a certain point. Like the first two fights,
until the time machine came out.
Yeah, like
when the hot tub time machine came out, that's when the undercard of the rest of the event just went like, damn. we gotta really relive 2012 now.
Yeah, and truthfully, Ortiz and Guerrero in 2012 was still. I wouldn't even be anticipating that fight all that much anyway. So it's just like,
yeah,
because
so 9 years later, it's like,
I thought Ortiz won that, but this time.
Yeah, I did too, but me, I'm still aggravated about that draw he got with Devin when Devin actually won. So I couldn't give really two shits if he lost or not.
Facts.
Like
Alexander got robbed by two people who had wars with each other.
Exactly. Yeah, and then so I just like, it's Ortiz's fault really that he lost that fight. I mean, he was the quote unquote fresher fighter, so I don't know what the fuck.
Guerrero was more busy too, so it was an ugly fucking fight, man. Like whoever won, we lost because we had to watch that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, although to be clear, the first half of the fight it was straight. You know what I'm saying? Like Ortiz was actually hurting Ghost a little bit, but then all of a sudden when Ortiz's his activity went down, he started doing that bullshit, leading with his head again and shit like that, and he opened up a cut over his I think his own eye or Ghost's eye or some shit like that, and then Ghost's offense has never been that great at welterweight, so you just got struggle, like pure struggle after that.
My thoughts on this fight haven't changed before and during or after the fight. My thoughts on Ortiz and Guerrero is, oh my God. There you go.
Yeah, like I knew. I mean, Al's either trying to get a payday for both of them because Ortiz had that legal shit because he beat his alleged sex abuse deviant case or whatever. And then Ghost forever has been getting these fights from Al, ever since obviously his wife, beat cancer or whatever, and he took some time off to deal with that. He's been getting all types of high profile fights at welterweight, and the problem was bro was taking ass whoopings even in wins. Like he was getting the shit beaten out of him, and now he's pretty much at 38, he's a shell of himself. And the fact that he actually won that fight is like, what the fuck are you gonna do with him? Like he's gonna be a punching bag for Ennis or somebody. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, see, because I thought they may have Ortiz win, then maybe have Gervonta have his first fight at 147 against him or something.
Yeah, because it's like Ortiz. The funny thing is, Ortiz is physically could still probably do something, but Ortiz is a head case, and it's like the fact that he lost to Guerrero. I mean, he's gonna be pushed all the way the fuck back. But Guerrero shouldn't be in any position where he can actually advance his career because he's taken way too much punishment. You look at his face. Guerrero looked just as worn down as Pacquiao did last night, and that was 10 fucking rounds. You know what I'm saying? So
he was looking more worn down than Pacquiao, to be truthfully.
Yeah, dude looked like he was running on fumes since the first round. So that's the problem. So you can't be having Ghost in these positions because and then you put Ghost in the ring with some young Thundercat in there who wants to get a name on his record. He's gonna get pounded, like he's gonna get destroyed.
Dude, he's gonna be fighting Brian Perella on Fox, PBC Fox main event one day.
Yeah, and then he'll catch a beating. I'll even
or what's his name, Abel Ramos or somebody.
Yeah, and like straight up and down, I'll put money on Ghost getting stopped by any of those cats. I'll put money straight up and down on that. So it's like, so yeah, having Ghost win that fight, that was not a good thing, man. And yeah, it definitely did bring down the energy of the pay-per-view, especially for the two fights that were pretty damn good. Like the first one,
fight started shit off good. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like Carlos Castro and Oscar Escandon, because LB was texting me. It's like, this might be one of them accidental good PBC box cards.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah, and Castro, he got tested. He got tested by a vet that was getting in there, letting some bombs on him though. But that knockout though that he got, in the final round and shit, and then Escandon was like, he got up and it was like, no, let me put this knee down again and shit. I think I had enough for the day. That was.
Then he got back up.
Yeah, I was like, that was some good shit. And then the best fight of the night obviously went to Mark Maxeo and Julio Ceja, and that was the only fight I ever said in the beginning that was actually a good fight from the jump, because it was.
Yeah.
Because Ceja gave Rigo. Yeah, because Ceja gave Rigo and Brandon Figueroa pure hell, and he gave Maxeo pure hell, like straight up, like
damn near won.
Yeah, damn near. In fact, he was up big on all three cards. Like,
I don't agree with them scorecards though. I mean, he was up, he was ahead, but they made it seem like it was a fucking shutout from the beginning.
Yeah, first, Ceja went down in the first round, but he got up and shook that off. And then in the fifth round, he dropped Maxeo for the first time in his career. And Ceja was just lacing him to the body, like so many vicious body shots. Like, I know Maxeo's probably gonna be pissing blood for a little bit, after that though. But I think I'd rather be pissing blood than get what Ceja got. Ceja got highlighted brutally, And truthfully, I think it started because he did get hit in the back of the head a little bit, because he was pointing to the back of his head in that 10th round, and then afterwards, Maxeo hit him with a right hand straight on the button, and dude went limp. And then
he hit him with it was a double right hand.
Yeah, it was a double right. He doubled up that right hand. He got him when he was down, and I was just like, oh.
No, he was falling down. He didn't catch him when he was down. Like, he hit him, knocked him into the ropes.
Yeah.
And then when dude was on his way down, he hit him with another right hand. Like, that was some movie shit. Like,
yeah, and Ceja was out cold. Like, dude fell on his side and rolled over out cold. I was like, oh shit, this dude. That was vicious. And then like the Filipino fans I think mostly they were mostly Filipinos. That crowd went crazy over that knockout. That was definitely a KO of the year candidate if I saw it.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that was vicious.
That ain't a KO of the year. I don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah, and also too, it was also a great fight. It was good ebb and flow taken. So yeah, the pay-per-view was starting off great. And then
borderline fight of the year type of action. Like, these niggas was scrapping, man.
Yeah, there was no bullshit. Like, Ceja probably needs to evaluate his career, because, like I said, that was too vicious a knockout, and he's had some wars like in his last couple of fights like that. So yeah, like if PPC wants to keep him, like they need to probably build him up again. Like, he honestly needs some soft touches. If you want to use them again on your car to make your car hot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, stop recycling these guys, man. Give them a break, man. Like, all these fucking fighters y'all got it. Y'all keep throwing the same ones in these tough fights.
Yeah, like I said, because if you don't, because say that's getting knocked out all the time. He's not someone that you want to keep on your roster, because he's gonna get devalued. So yeah, get him some rest and get him a jobber to beat up a little bit. At least get some wins up. Like they should be doing for Derevyanchenko, but that's a whole different other scenario. That's a whole nother scenario.
They want him to fight the all of boxing for some reason.
Yeah, what they just announced for him, or what WBC's trying to get together is criminal, really, for him. Straight up.
Criminal, but not surprising. I'm literally not surprised that they would do that.
Yeah, they're like, you're gonna face all the tough middleweights in this division, bro, and and then after that, he's gonna get, once he gets all these L's, he's gonna get used up, and he's old enough.
They're literally making him the Glenn Johnson of this era.
Facts. Oh man, no, but yeah, no, it's preserve say let him get some rest a little bit, and then give him some jobbers. But then after the co-main, then we get to the main event.
Yawn. But I told y'all this would be a mid-ass fight.
I mean, we all thought it was gonna be mid because, like I said, Ugas is not the most spectacular offensive person out there. Because dude only got has a couple of KOs in his last 6 or 7 fights or whatever. So he's not
about the KOs. It's about the effort. How you let a 42-year-old throw 400 more punches than you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the most conservative, boring ass, minimalistic, do enough just to win ass fight I've seen in my life.
Nah,
this is why people don't become. This is why people don't become stars. Because they put performances out like that.
Ugas was not becoming a star off of this.
Yeah, he wasn't becoming a star, but
I get you.
Because he don't put on star. That's my point, nigga. He don't put on star performances. So of course y'all saying, well, he wasn't going to become a star after. Well, exactly. That's my point. Because he fights like this.
Yeah, I will give Ugas credit though. Ugas and trainers when they got when they signed for this fight 11 or 12 days before this, they had a plan and they executed that plan to the best to the best of their ability.
Yeah,
and I can't knock Ugas for how he did it because he was as LB said before, Ugas was landing those jabs on him, and the crowd's acting like it was the best thing in the world, and then and then for whatever reason, Pacquiao could not get away from that weird overhand right that Ugas was throwing, and he hit him enough times with it.
He won clearly, no doubt. He won clearly. I had it 115, 113. He won clearly. He didn't put a stamp on it. It was a winky right type of performance. Besides the Shane Mosley fight, it was Winky Trinidad.
I found the fight very entertaining. I think what made it entertaining for me and maybe a lot of people was that most of us, all of us here thought Manny was gonna win. So Ugas actually competing and winning the fight was entertaining.
It was intense. It wasn't entertaining.
Intense. That's the word.
Intense is a good word to use. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, Wilder Fury was intense, but it wasn't entertaining.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, something big could happen at any moment, and when it did, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, the crowd went crazy. But
exactly. This shit was just one jab, two jab, okay, right hand. And then Pacquiao's like, fuck. All right, I'm going to jump on this big dude.
Yeah, and that's
miss. Land partial, land clean. Okay, miss. Then one jab, two jab, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. Pacquiao,
Whoa. First off, Ugas was doing a nice left hook to the body because he definitely hit him with a lot of left hooks to the body. That was one thing I noticed. And also, Ugas was, getting the better of him in the exchanges and finishing, which was the surprising part to me. I was not expecting.
Yeah, but how many exchanges did that fight have?
I don't know.
There wasn't
enough, but it wasn't entertaining. That's my whole point. Look, man, I don't know about you guys, but I look at when I see somebody who's bigger, younger, fresher, physically stronger, I expect a little more from someone, especially if their game plan is working. To me, all I saw was the damn welterweight version of damn Jacobs Triple G.
No.
But without a knockdown.
Oh man!
Honestly, this is low hanging fruit. Real shit.
Y'all
motherfuckers was saying Spence Danny Garcia wasn't a good fight, and now y'all niggas gonna sit here and tell me this was a good fight? Let's keep it real.
I didn't say it wasn't. I didn't say it was a great fight.
I didn't say
it wasn't even a good fight. It was mid.
It was good. It was alright.
1 through 10, nigga. One on the scale of a good fucking fight. Let me see. Derek Gainer Marquez is 1, and number 10 is fucking damn
Wait a minute.
He's round basket.
First off,
Marquez 3.
first
Where
off,
does this fight fall in there?
First off, Gainer Marquez shouldn't even be on the Richter scale. Like
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, what terrible fight you want to use is number one?
Rigo Casemiro.
There we go. Hey.
Okay, so that's number one. Number 10 is right there.
Hagler Hearn or something like that.
I give this fight a 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'll say 6.
Okay, mid.
I'll say a 6.
Yeah,
That's mid to me. That's what above mid.
Yeah, I'm just going through the comments right now. I know Black Jesus. Shout out to Black Jesus. You know, he said I was just glad he didn't get a stoppage loss. Manny went out like a G. He did.
He did. Fact.
Yeah, and then Ugas showed too much respect. Also facts. Yeah, Ugas
that's super facts.
Yeah, and he said
better than Spence versus Danny. Hell, fuck no. Look, when Danny throws 700 punches, you can't tell me Danny Garcia throwing 700 punches is less entertaining than Ugas with his 400 fucking super conservative punches. Like,
hold on, LB, what do you give out of 1 through 10 for Spence Swift?
That shit was like maybe a 7.5, 7. It was clearly better than them, you guys.
Yeah,
marginally better, because I think that fight to me was like a 6.
I mean, either way, both fights I would never rewatch again anyway. So it's like,
you saw this is the thing. You saw hard, clean punches from both sides in Spence versus Danny until somebody just started beating up the other guy.
It did, yeah.
I didn't get that in Ugas Pacquiao. I just saw some conservative boxing on some.
And truthfully, Pacquiao did get. I mean, at the end, like he was bleeding. Like Pacquiao's face was a mess.
In the last fucking round, it was when Ugas woke up and said, "You know what? I'm bigger, stronger, fresher, younger. How about I actually put my foot down and start really throwing some hands?" The last round was the best round of the fight. But we could have got that last round in round 7.
And I think, and the reason why, because I mean, Ugas, like I said, I mean, Manny Pacquiao may be over next, and Manny Pacquiao still has his power. Like, I think he just didn't want to get clipped with any stupid shit. I think that's part of the reason why he fought so.
And that's why the buzz for this fight, the after buzz for this fight, is going to disappear by Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
it was. Think about this, my nigga, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This fight is more. The performance was more about Manny getting old than what you guys did. No one is really impressed with you guys' performance. He won. No one's denying he didn't win, but no one's walking away like, "Oh man, did you see that?" No, dude, niggas was still talking about Castaño, Jamel all week.
If this was the Manny that showed up for Earl, would y'all been like, "Oh nigga, this was the fight that made Earl"? Or no?
No.
Earl would have fucking put his foot in his ass.
Earl would have smashed this nigga if this was the nigga that was gonna show up.
I said I think if Earl, if Errol Spence would have probably made Manny quit on the stool like how he did De La Hoya.
But see, this is the thing too. Styles make fights. Spence leaves himself to get hit more than you guys does. Spence would take more chances. We would have had a real passing of the torch, back and forth, barn burner type of fight. Yeah. Whereas fucking you guys wasn't going to give you that. Yeah, so I think Spence would have definitely got hit more, but we would have got a better fucking fight, and we would have felt satisfied. Now it's like, okay, I'm not hyped to see you guys next fight. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and this is where I know I had some back and forth with shout out to Dallas. I see him in the comments. Let fuckery cipher be complete, and Crawford Porter ends in a double KO. And I think it's about to be complete. But I know me and him were talking about, we just now, Thurman, Spence, Crawford. These are the guys that should have actually put Manny Pacquiao to pasture instead for Yordenis Ugas.
I mean, how many of them got a 2-year layoff Pacquiao at 42 though?
Yeah, I mean, this Pacquiao would have lost to Thurman. Like
exactly.
But I'm saying though, it's just the name. Like Ugas. Like these are the 3 cats that should have been.
I mean, you're just looking at the name. You can't just look at the names. You can't just look at the names.
Well, how about this? In an era of like where zero matters so much, imagine the guy that actually beat Pacquiao, may have retired him, has 4 losses on his record. Yeah,
so it's. Yeah, I mean.
Hold on. What do you mean Spence can't fight backwards? Tell that to Mikey Garcia.
Oh man, Spence can't fight back. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Spence would have. We would have got a better fight.
You know, but I think it's to me, it's just like I said. I mean, Ugas had to be the one to escort Manny out of this era, and truthfully, this welterweight era needed that.
He held his hand, and while he escorted him, everybody else, Spence or Crawford would have probably like threw him out the door on some Jazzy Jeff shit.
I mean, I already said Crawford versus Pac would have been the end of the line for Pac. I've been said that. I was like, yeah, Crawford does like.
But Manny would have had a good 3-round window to knock the fuck out of Crawford. Niggas cannot tell me that wasn't possible.
Nah, it's not.
Crawford be starting so slow and be so hittable the first couple rounds.
You know, but especially third 3 or 4 rounds. But after the 4th round, that nigga usually dials right in, and you know, then you get what Crawford.
Download is complete.
Yeah, but LB is right though. Like, I mean, obviously Ugas won. I mean, he won. I mean, I had that 116, 112 for him, and I'm just like, okay. And he legitimized his belt, and he legitimized himself as a top 4 welterweight. You know, at least top.
Imagine
3.
beating Pacquiao and becoming the 4th best welterweight.
and that's
what I'm talking about with performances. If he would have beat the shit out of Pacquiao, niggas would have been like, man, I think shit, Crawford needs some of that. Like, hold on, let him fight Keith Thurman. But everybody's like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, Ugas. I mean, like I said, I'll give props because he legitimized his belt. Like, I mean, he's not a GameStop champion. He's the WBA welterweight champion of the world, and I can put respect on his name for that. You know, but it's now it's and Ugas has rightfully earned some paydays. Now, who's gonna pay him to be on pay-per-view? That's another question. Like, it's like,
yeah, not me, nigga.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, because right now Spencer's gonna be down for a little bit. And then you have Crawford, and then we have to see how Crawford is moving. You know, because obviously his deal with Top Rank is up in October, so it's gonna be like it's either that.
We gonna get the Porter fight made by then, or we gonna get Ortiz or something. Like,
or we gotta get a Thurman fight or something like that. I mean,
cause we've been waiting forever for fucking Crawford to have a good opponent. Fucking you guys actually has a better opponent now. Wow, can't believe I would ever say that.
Oh god!
So another fucking above average boxer got a better win than damn Crawford.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go down that road.
I mean, J-Rock got a better win than Crawford on his record. Fucking
nigga, I ain't
now
going down
Lucas
that
has a
road.
better win.
Yeah.
And on the side note, Thurman and Porter are really good on air. So I mean, that was a dope broadcast with them in Kate Abdo.
Yeah, Lennox should not be on any more Fox.
Yeah, where was my boy Lennox
Jesus.
at? Where was my boy Lennox at? The fuck?
No,
Honestly, now you see how bad they are as a team. It's like Brian Kenny and Goosen are tolerable when you put them by themselves.
Yeah,
but when you throw Lennox in the mix, it's like someone putting too much mayonnaise on the McChicken or something.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
You're already like, I gotta. I mean, I'm hungry. I'll eat it. But then when someone just gives it to you and it's wrapped all horrible, and you see mayonnaise spilling from the side, you're like, fuck, I don't really want this now, my nigga.
Yeah,
like, I'll ruin this shit.
Yeah, to answer your question, Pilot, that Lennox shit came about because that's how you actually pronounce Lennox Lewis's name, like Lennox. It's Lennox.
Yeah.
So that's the whole reason. And afterwards, Brian Kenny ran with that bullshit.
But it felt like he was trolling him with that shit all the time. He would say it so he would accentuate it so much. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, like motherfucker, that's not catching on. Like, stop that bullshit. Like, stop it. Lennox Lewis does not belong. He's never belonged in the booth. He was a smart fighter, but he's not a smart commentator. He doesn't bring anything to that. It's like some people just can't do both, and he's one of them. So the broadcast was refreshing. And Porter obviously has been doing this thing, but Thurman definitely has a future. In the booth after he's done, whenever he thinks he's done with boxing. So.
Oh yeah. Porter too. Porter's really good at breaking down the fight.
Porter gonna be in the Hall of Fame one way or the other. I'm gonna let y'all know that either for broadcasting or boxing.
Like they were saying that Dame Lillard somehow changed the did you guys see that where they said Dame Lillard?
Yeah, I saw his tweet because one thing they were doing, they were kind of
they were trying to give it to Pacquiao.
Yeah, they were dick riding hard.
Larry Hazard's scorecard was horrible.
Yeah, that's scorecard.
Jamel Herring put it best. Like his scorecards are a hazard. Like
him and Dan Raphael too. Their cards were just,
oh my god, yeah.
Dan was.
Oh, Dan Raphael shit was ridiculous. Like, nah, you can't even compare it. See, they was using the wrong words. It was never the whole when they said the whole "you guys is coming back." He never really left. Even if you gave Pacquiao the early rounds, the rounds were still competitive. Where they could have been swing rounds, could have went the other way, but no one was ever on some he's coming back. Like, you guys is coming back. Like, he never left. Like, what the fuck? He's still boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do believe that he did step it up around round 7. I don't think Goosen was wrong for saying that. He did start putting a little more effort in the second half. Yeah, Ugas.
Yeah. The fight went on slowly. It was like he was on cruise control, but sometimes he let it off and go a little faster. You know what I mean?
But I think that's the thing.
I mean, Damian Lillard sounded like a guy who put money on Ugas. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But I also think. But I think Ugas probably knew that, if he didn't try to separate himself, they might take it from him. I think he wasn't stupid.
He was low key letting it choke away in the later
Thank
round.
you.
Yeah,
that's why I don't feel like they was really dick riding like that. It was more like Hazard's scorecard really kind of just made you like, oh, come on.
But 11 and 12.
I was at that point when Hazard was giving his scorecards. I'm like, where's Steve Farhood when you need him?
Yeah. I fucks with Steve Farhood's scorecards, man.
Yeah, for the most part, his are more sometimes are based in reality than some of the other.
Al Bernstein's scorecards be on point too. Fuck that.
Yeah. Both Showtime guys are.
I think his is almost better than Farhood because Steve Farhood kind of he kind of go off in a like if somebody's putting on a boxing performance, like he'll give him an extra round or two.
I know what you mean.
Steve Farhood would have had that shit 117, 111 for Ugas.
I just wish there was a way to mix and match the PBC and Fox guys. You know what I'm saying? Get Farhood or get one of those guys calling being the card guy. Or something like that.
They just need they just need someone who's independent. Of the promotion, so it's not signed to a promotion or anything like that, or a network, and to have them
mercenary commentators.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so in terms of now, like, I mean, obviously, when you see Ugas, Ugas obviously has some options, and Thurman will probably target him now. This Porter, and surprisingly, Porter and Thurman are not even on the WBA rankings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're not. Oh no, Thurman is. Thurman's like 13. But well,
I mean, with Porter, we got to see what happens with the Bud thing. That Bud domino has to fall.
Yeah.
Yawn.
Yeah, with Ugas though,
don't yawn that. Like
I'm just yawning. I'm yawning the process. I want to see the fight, but this is Crawford we're talking about. Like, it'd be hard for him to set up a mythical matchup, let alone a real fight. So
for WBA, obviously there's Jamal James because he holds that regular belt that the WBA is now trying to get rid of, and then you have Virgil Ortiz up there, and then you have Stanionis, Abel Ramos, who he's already beaten. And then
give me a Stanionis Ugas fight. I'll watch that.
Yeah, that'd be a dope fight. I hope it's not Maidana now because he was the Mando, right? Wasn't he supposed to be the fight?
He wasn't a Mando, but he was in the top 10, which got him that shot. So
keep him away for now. We don't need that. We don't need him favored.
Connor Ben is 9, Jesus Ramos is 8, Avanation 7, Barrios is 6. How's Barrios in this fucking thing?
They need to have these guys start fighting each other more because we should already be after the Granados Ben. We should be having Ben Jamal James or Jamal James and Stanionis. Like, these guys need to mix it up some so you get a clear cut contender for these title fights.
And I noticed that too. Like, I want to see Ugas versus James too because they fought before and that fight was actually pretty good. What I'm saying? So, like, for Ugas performance. So I want that. I'd welcome that for Ortiz in there. Like, Ortiz needs. Ortiz is due for a legit title shot. Ugas, he's closer with Ugas. So yeah, put him in there. Like, You talking
about Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he would beat the shit out of you guys.
Yeah,
but I'm there for it.
Yeah, let him do that. Let make that fight. Because Ugas is a legit champion, but I want to see. I want him to really fight some of these good fighters or whatever.
I don't want to hear no fucking. I think he needs a stay busy fight on some Mikey Garcia shit.
Yeah. Henny God, salute. I see you in there. Farhad started wilding the last few years of HBO. Yeah, he was a little bit. Yeah, dude. I think the HBO version was kind of getting to him. Farhad started wilding the last few years of HBO, which is kind of true.
Hold on, he was on HBO.
I'm thinking of Showtime. You thinking of
Showtime?
Yeah.
I'm sure he was on HBO. Or no, Harold Letterman was on HBO for like.
Rest in peace, Harold Letterman. Yeah, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Jim.
Oh, R.I.P. Nick Charles. Fuck that,
Yeah, Nick Charles. Yeah, that was the dude, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Nick Charles, man. He knew his shit though. Yeah, they don't make play-by-play men like him anymore.
Nope, they don't, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait to see how Ugas and Pacquiao, of course, now is pretty much thinking retirement. I mean, he was out there on the podium, beat up, wearing them dark shades like in Bruce Lee in Game of Death. Like, dude was, dude was subdued. Like, I mean, the end of the line is for him. Like, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, he doesn't need this shit anymore. Like, he's done what probably these cats won't ever do.
None of them
will do in their career. Like, not one. It's certain at least not these current welterweights. So I mean, hopefully he does learn that he has to step away, and this is it. Because like I said, because he just looked too old and beat up, to be out there. We don't need to see him get like stopped or KO'd straight up. So
yeah, he's done more than he's done. Yeah, he's had literally 2 Hall of Fame careers, man. He's good.
He got an all-time great career, but you definitely right about he had 2 Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of niggas woke up and ain't think Pac had a career until the De La Hoya fight happened.
Yep, exactly.
Facts. And the ones who try to downplay Pacquiao, because I noticed too, there's some people obviously, because I think it's mostly like the Floyd stands or whatever that are fine just for like, oh yeah, Manny can't deal with a technical fighter. Manny has destroyed a lot of technical fighters. I don't know what the fuck this shit came about. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna like seriously. Like, we're gonna shit on Manny. Like, come on now.
Like I mean, Ugas is a good technical, but he's not the best technical fighter Manny's ever faced. Or
by a long shot. A long shot. Hey, people, it's okay to appreciate Floyd and Manny. You can appreciate both greatness. You don't have to pit them against each other, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, like
you can listen to Tupac and Biggie.
Unfortunately, that horse has long left the barn. So
yeah, no, that's a whole other thing. But hopefully, you have to understand that this not only the welterweight, but the boxing era was ran by a flyweight and a super featherweight. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, like this whole era, obviously it's coming to an end. Like the Manny Pacquiao era it's over.
Yeah.
So hopefully boxing fans can actually move on from Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather and stop putting them together like that and be like, it's like they're Hall of Fame.
Now we're in the Canelo era.
Yeah, we're in the Canelo era.
Nah, we in the UK career mode Canelo era. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like someone like Pacquiao, if he would have just went off with the Thurman win, it would have been like just some epic shit. Right. But like, I hate for this be the last memory of Pac in a damn mid-ass fight like this. Like, even I almost would be like, damn, nigga, just knock out some type of 147, top ranked, top 25 dude, get you a good KO win. Go into the sunset and be good, but it don't always happen like that. So,
I mean, in boxing,
much respect.
In boxing, unfortunately, a lot of all-time greats don't have the best endings. And Pacquiao's endings actually not as bad as other all-time great endings.
It could have been worse. It could have been much worse.
But low key, I think he wanted to end on a great fight. I don't think he mind losing. I think it's how we lost. Like, it wasn't no great fight. It's like,
right.
That's why I feel like the Thurman fight would have been the perfect walk-away fight because you won a close, great fucking fight. Where this fight is like, no one even talking about you guys' performance. It's Manny Pacquiao's done.
Like the way I saw, like when Pacquiao, there was a video of Pacquiao, like finding out that Spence pulled out or got hurt, and you could just see in his face, like Pac-Man loves this shit. I'm sure he wanted to face Spence. He wanted to face.
He wanted a good fight. Dude, look, I didn't hear no talk about retirement until you guys became the opponent. Yeah, dude just didn't give a fuck about this damn boring ass nigga.
And probably the only reason why he went through with it is because Pacquiao probably got offered a little bit more money. That's probably.
I mean, he was excited because it was going to be Spence, but then afterwards, it's like, okay, well, now the retirement talks because we don't know if he was going to fight again. This might have been his last fight anyway. Like even if it was Spence. Like he's gonna be ready.
But he would have been proud of it. Like this nigga a competitor, bro. Like it was. You could tell, dude, ain't really fuck with this fight like that. Like it was a letdown. Like I mean, what would you rather lose to someone that's better that you know is possibly better than you, or somebody who's lesser than you have their best performance and you lose a mid-ass fight?
Yeah, I think. I mean, Pacquiao. Honestly, Pacquiao needs to fight. Like, let's say, I mean, just go fight in the Philippines. Fight your your jobber. Like, I mean, and then get your win if you want to go out like that, But but
my friend said the only fights he need to do is like the exhibition fights if he still want to fight, and after that, like just fuck off, just
I mean,
even to the youngins.
I mean, he did try to do the Conor thing before Conor got got annihilated.
Him and Conor in 2023.
There you go.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and so
we might get Pacquiao Ryan Garcia now.
True.
Nah, he's still too dangerous for Ryan Garcia. Still too dangerous.
Yeah, but I think
one of those flying combos for them 800 punches would have lit Ryan Garcia up.
Fact.
But Ryan Garcia would have probably tried to tee off on one of them counters though.
Hell yeah, he would have spammed that left hook and just make sure.
It'd have been Broner in the Porter fight. Hand stuck on R1 and square. Yeah.
Oh man, though, but I think we spent enough bars on the card.
Yeah, we done.
Yeah, for that one, man.